Good morning, guys. If it's Friday, it's Down and Dirty Woodscraft. Stay with me. Okay, today, guys, we're going to talk about a Bushcraft zip tie and an improvement I'm making to it. Now, first of all, today is the first morning. It's 59 degrees. Wow. You know, I know you guys up north can't relate to it, but here in the south, August is the worst for us. Our summers just seem to get hotter and hotter and hotter every month you go on until finally in the end of August it's 95 degrees, 118 heat index with 85-95% humidity because that moisture is rolling off the Gulf. And we just had a tropical depression go by, and I mean, you're just sweltering. And then I came out this morning and it was 59 degrees. Wow, Christmas morning. You know, we live for this day. You know, it's like the people they talk about in Alaska and all, they're waiting for the ice to break. Well, it's that morning you come out and you go, and it's cool. It's like, yes, we made it. Yeah, I know, maybe you can't relate, but trust me, it's almost like a holiday down here to us. Now, back to, okay, up here I'm going to put the link to my original video when I talked about doing the Bushcraft zip tie. That was a long time ago. And what we're going to talk about today is an improvement. Now, if you follow my channel, you remember a couple months ago, I got to talking about toggles and a toggle lock. And Felix Emmerman and I had conversed a little bit back and forth. And I had done a video and some of his followers and etc. And it was a great idea on how to use a toggle in several different ways. And I got to thinking about the Bushcraft zip tie, how it could be multi-used a little bit more by adding that in. Now, what is a Bushcraft zip tie? That's when you've got that odd length paracord, really strong cord. Usually it's a 2 foot, 3 foot, whatever. And you're going to turn it into a very useful piece of kit to carry on top of the bag. Now, to keep them from being all tangled up, I daisy chain mine like you see there, and we'll show that up close in just a minute how I do that. But what we're going to do is an additive to it, and this is about a 2.5 foot piece of paracord. Now, originally it's a Canadian jam knot. It has one knot. You skip a small space and a second knot. Okay, and the opposite of that game is you take this, go around your finger, make a loop, push those two knots through the loop. You see how that's coming through? You want to take the other end and exactly go through it the same way. And when I mean that, I mean that you want this end coming in to be side by side with that end, so that when it pulls tight and you cinch it down, it cinches up and this knot slides down and becomes a lock knot. Now let me set this up on the tree and let you see it up close. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the tree, we're going to make a loop just like that. We're going to pass the other end through that loop just like that. Now we're going to take this and we're going to pull it. So the two knots right there, we're going to pull it and saw it back and forth. And what happens is the knot slide down and that bottom knot locks in. So I can pull that really tight and that locks that blood tight. But that first knot is the key knot. It allows me to unlock it so I can, let's say I'm doing a tripod. I put 3 legs up here and I cinch it down real tight like that, and I've got it where it was a quick lashing. I can make this structural bearing, legs for a chair or even a bed for me, and it will stay there. But if I want to unlock it, I grab that first knot and pull it, and it just takes all the slack, it falls off. It's still hooked to the tree though, and I got to loosen it up to take it out. Well, now here's the little innovation. Now, on the other end, you know, this end you got the 2 knots. On the other end, I've tied a small bowline. So this gives me the ability to make a toggle lock out of this as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around the tree. I'm going to just simply make a loop, stick it through there, cinch it down fairly close, And then I'm going to take something like a tent stake and go through there. And you pull that down like this. And that will cinch down really, really tight as well, because that is going to be a toggle lock, just like this. And you got to pull it tight. But what that does is that pinches to that. Now that holds really good and tight as well. Maybe not as tight as the other one, but good and tight. But now I've got a quick disconnect. I can simply pull this tent stake out, and it falls off the tree. So I've got a toggle lock on the other end. Now let me show you that one more time. Sticking my big old tent stake in the pocket. Come around the tree, double the material in half, go through the loop. Then you want to take your tent stake, go up through it, and then you simply pull it really tight. Now what's happening is this loop is pinching onto the loop coming across, and so that makes a good snug quick. Now this being under load or something, this would now become something I could hang something off of here and quickly just grab this and pull, and it falls off. A quick disconnect. Okay, so with one piece of this cord that I'm going to come out of a project, it's a leftover piece anyway, it's a little too short to do much with, I create something that's very useful in camp. Now all I've got to do is daisy chain this up to put it into my haversack, and therefore it doesn't get tangled up. How long that daisy chain gives me a rough idea of how long the finished piece of cord is, because normally whenever I daisy chain it up, you can tell one that long is going to be several feet and one that long is going to be like a foot or so long, just by looking at it, and I can tell the difference. Now the Canadian jam knot end works the best if I'm just going to put it around, yank, and let go. The other end with the little small bowline in it means that now I can simply come around, put a toggle in it, and hang a pack or something under tension. That is where the toggle link works best, is under tension. If there is no tension, it can work itself free, but it's the binding of being under tension. So one is a tension quick detach knot, and the other one is a binding knot that does not require tension. Once you pull it tight, it's going to be there. So two plays on one piece. Now let me show you how to daisy chain it up. What we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to cross over and make a loop. Okay, now we're going to form another loop and go through that first loop just like that. Pull it up tight. Got a loop. Take another loop, stick it through the hole. See? And keep doing that, rolling it over and sticking it through the hole, each time pulling it down to take out the slack. So you see, it's called a daisy chain. Now by daisy chaining this up, it doesn't tangle up in the haversack. And all I got to do, and it's fairly quick, you know, I do it like this and put it in the top of the haversack. So when I reach in, I grab it. There's no doubt, what am I grabbing? I'm grabbing one of those Bushcraft Zip Ties. And by putting that loop in the other end, now I got a quick disconnect for hanging packs up. I can put a tent stake up there or any stick off the ground and hang up a pack or whatever and be able to hold it securely. And yet, whenever I'm ready to take it down, pull the stake and it falls. Now when I get to the end, I'm going all the way, and here's my bowline. I'm simply going to take my bowline and stick it through that loop just like that. That keeps it from unraveling in the pack. Now I got a small piece that you can rough handle and it ain't going to fall apart, but it'll stay in the pack. And when I grab it, I know exactly what it is. There's my lock knot, there's my bowline knot, all in one piece. An improved Bushcraft Zip Tie. This is honestly one of the most useful piece of kits that I carry, because you need to lash something together right quick, secure a piece of gear right quick, hold something together for just a minute. Very quick and very easy, and it's already a piece of something that's basically scrap. So if I forgot it or I couldn't, whatever, and I'm not constantly having to recut paracord or recut bank line. This is something that I can utilize, and then I can easily recover simply by pulling the lock knot or by pulling the stake out and taking it off and put it back in the bag. Real simple, constantly reusing it. And that's why I call it a Bushcraft zip tie. Hope this gives you some ideas, guys. Please leave any questions or comments below, and thank you very much for supporting my channel. Till next time, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.